Picture this, a battlefield where not a single human pulls the trigger, where autonomous drones are actually picking their own targets, and artificial intelligence is making split-second life-and-death decisions. It sounds a lot like sci-fi, right? But look, this isn't some distant future we're talking about. Right now, today, major global powers are already pouring absolute billions into military AI. So, welcome to this explainer on the AI military race and the future of warfare. Since you follow this space, you probably already know that experts across the board agree on one thing. Whoever leads this specific technological race is essentially going to dictate the global balance of power for decades. So today, let's really unpack exactly how artificial intelligence is rewriting the entire rulebook of global security. Section 1. The next military revolution. Think about how warfare has evolved over the centuries. For the vast majority of human history, military power basically came down to boots on the ground, soldiers. Then, the game shifted entirely with tanks. After that, aircraft completely opened up the skies, and then, of course, nuclear weapons brought the terrifying reality of total annihilation. Well, we have officially arrived at step 5. Artificial intelligence isn't just another incremental upgrade. Historians and strategists are putting it on the exact same tier as the splitting of the atom. The starting gun for a brand new competition has officially gone off. But here's the thing you have to understand. AI is fundamentally different from those past leaps. Unlike a tank or a fighter jet, which are basically just distinct single weapons, AI isn't just replacing one piece of hardware. Actually, think of it more like a nervous system. It upgrades almost the entire military apparatus. We're talking logistics, surveillance, missile defense, cybersecurity, autonomous systems, the whole shebang. Analysts consider it the most strategically crucial tech of the 21st century precisely because it acts as the digital brain powering all these vital organs at once.
Section 2. Why AI changes warfare.
So why is this shift happening now? Well, the reality of modern combat is that it generates an absolutely mind-boggling amount of data. Satellites, radars, thermal sensors, drones. It is quite literally a data fire hose. And human beings, no matter how highly trained, just get completely overwhelmed trying to analyze all that incoming information. But AI systems can chew through that vast ocean of data in literally seconds. It flags threats instantly, maps out recommended actions, and radically accelerates how fast a commander can make a decision. Now, as you might guess, that incredible speed is sparking a really intense debate. On one side, supporters argue that cutting through the fog of war with instant data processing reduces deadly mistakes and ultimately, saves lives. But on the flip side, critics are raising a massive red flag. They point out that when you crank up the speed of warfare that dramatically, you are drastically shrinking the window for human judgment during incredibly high-stakes crises. It's a classic, profound trade-off, machine speed versus human oversight. Section 3. America's AI strategy. To handle this massive data problem, the United States is going all in. A central player you're likely familiar with is DARPA, the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. They are funneling massive amounts of funding into cutting-edge robotics, machine learning, and autonomy. And their goal for the Department of Defense isn't simply to, build a smarter missile. The objective is to fundamentally overhaul the resilience and intelligence of the entire defense network. And we are already seeing this translate from the lab to the actual military base. The U.S. has initiatives for AI-assisted intelligence crunching, autonomous drone tech, and high-speed cyber defense. They even have predictive maintenance. That's where machine learning algorithms monitor military vehicles to predict exactly when a part is going to fail before it actually breaks down in the field. It's an absolute game changer for logistics. Section 4. The global arms race. But let's be clear, this is absolutely not happening in a vacuum. It's a global arms race. While the U.S. is heavily focused on defense integration, China is making major, sweeping investments that blur the lines between their civilian tech sector and their military capabilities. And it's not a two-player game either. Nations like the UK, France, Israel, South Korea, and Russia are all aggressively developing their own AI defense tools. Everyone is at the starting line here, and they are sprinting. Section 5. The ethical dilemma. I want you to stop and really think about this for a second. Just how much decision-making should a machine actually control? Should an algorithm ever be granted the authority to select or even engage a human target without meaningful human oversight? When we talk about global security today, this is without a doubt the central moral question of our time. And governments, researchers, and international watchdogs are totally deadlocked over it. You have advocates who are loudly demanding strict, legally binding limits on autonomous weapons, insisting a human has to remain firmly in the loop. Meanwhile, opponents of those bans argue that, realistically, a responsible AI is actually much more precise than a human soldier under fire, which means fewer unintended civilian casualties. The ethical landscape here is incredibly murky. And honestly, the debate isn't ending anytime soon.
Section 6. The future battlefields.
So what does the battlefield of tomorrow actually look like based on all this? Experts are projecting things like swarms of hundreds of drones coordinating as a single fluid unit, autonomous underwater vehicles patrolling the oceans, and hyper-realistic AI battlefield simulations. But the most important buzzword you need to know is human-machine teaming. The consensus isn't really a dystopian movie where Terminators completely replace armies. It's about collaboration. It's pairing human intuition and our moral compass directly with the raw processing speed of a machine. At the end of the day, every major military revolution has radically altered the course of human history. Gunpowder did it, airplanes did it, splitting the atom definitely did it. Artificial intelligence is absolutely stepping up as that next defining technology, the kind of tech that redraws the map of human conflict entirely.
So it all leads to this. Will AI ultimately make the world safer and more stable? Or is it going to introduce entirely new, unimaginable risks? The AI military race isn't coming, it's already here. Whether this leads to unprecedented security or unprecedented danger is going to depend entirely on how we, as a global society, choose to wield it. Thanks for joining me for this explainer. I really hope this helped frame your understanding of where warfare is heading. Keep questioning, keep learning, and I'll catch you in the next one.